Take a look at this number. 3 quintillion, 849 quadrillion, and, well, change. That is roughly the number of water molecules in just a single drop of rain. Now imagine trying to write that massive string of digits out every single time you had to do a chemistry calculation. Or honestly, just trying to read it without losing your place. Or typing it into a calculator without accidentally missing a zero. It's overwhelming, it's cumbersome, and frankly, it is a perfect recipe for making a silly mistake. You see, in chemistry, we're dealing with quantities on unimaginably huge scales and invisibly small ones, and standard numbers, they just don't cut it.
So, welcome to this explainer. I'm your host, and today we're diving into an absolutely essential tool for any science student, expressing numbers and mastering scientific notation. Our goal here is to completely demystify this concept so you can handle the universe's most extreme measurements with absolute ease. Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll look at standard notation's zero problem. Second, we'll enter scientific notation. Third, mastering the decimal point. Fourth, handling tiny numbers. Fifth, reversing the process. And finally, some crucial calculator tips and a summary.
Let's jump right into Section 1, Standard Notation Zero Problem.
Okay, so standard notation like 2,760,000 is straightforward, sure, but it is extremely zero-heavy. Now that's totally fine for everyday life, but in chemistry, all those zeros become a huge liability. It's so easy to drop one. Scientific notation, on the other hand, like 2.76 times 10 to the sixth power, acts kind of like a zip file for your data. It compresses those cumbersome zeros into a really clean, concise package. It's literally the difference between working harder and working smarter.
Moving on to Section 2, enter scientific notation.
So what is this exactly? Well, scientific notation is essentially just expressing a number using powers of 10. Let's break it down. 10 to the first power is 10. 10 to the second power is 100, because that's just 10 times 10. 10 to the third is 1,000, and so on. The pattern here is absolute. The value of the exponent perfectly matches the number of zeros in the standard number. 10 to the fourth power, it has exactly 4 zeros. It's a perfectly logical system for compressing that data.
To truly master this, though, we really need to know the anatomy of the expression. And the absolutely crucial element here is the coefficient. You express a number in scientific notation by writing the first non-zero digit, throwing in a decimal point, and then adding the rest of the significant digits. Now, this coefficient, which is the part that gets multiplied by your power of 10, has a strict rule. It must always be a number between 1 and 10. Once we have that, we just figure out the power of 10 needed to turn that coefficient right back into the original number.
All right, Section 3, Mastering the Decimal Point.
Here is your foolproof, step-by-step procedure for this little decimal dance. Step 1, move the decimal point until you hit a numerical value that sits between 1 and 10. Step 2, just count the places you move to find your power of 10. Let's look at 12,500. We start at the invisible decimal right at the end of the number, and we're going to physically move it 4 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us a coefficient of 1.25. And because we moved it 4 places to the left, our power of 10 is a positive 4. So we end up with 1.25 times 10 to the fourth. Easy, right?
Let's actually pause for a second. I want you to actively apply what we just went over. Test yourself. How would you express 23,070 in scientific notation? Think it through. Where's your decimal starting, and how many places does it need to jump to secure that coefficient between 1 and 10?
Okay, got it. The answer is 2.307 times 10 to the fourth power. If you nailed that, fantastic. If not, hey, let's break it down. Starting at the very end of 23,070, we move the decimal 4 places to the left to get our valid coefficient, which is 2.307. We just drop that hanging zero at the end. Moving left gives us a positive exponent, landing us perfectly at a power of 4.
Which brings us to Section 4, handling tiny numbers.
So we've mastered the massive, what I like to call telescope numbers of the universe. But chemistry also requires us to look through the microscope at incredibly tiny fractions. The cool thing is small numbers use the exact same system, just with negative exponents. 10 to the negative 1 is 0.1 or 1 over 10. 10 to the negative 2 is 0.01 or 1 over 100. A negative exponent simply tells us we're dealing with a decimal less than 1. And just like our positive numbers, the pattern holds up perfectly. The value of that negative exponent equals the number of zeros in the denominator of the fraction.
Time for another quick test. Try your hand at this microscopic number. How do you express 0.0009706 in scientific notation? Think carefully here. Which direction does that decimal point need to move to grab a coefficient between 1 and 10?
And the correct answer is 9.706 times 10 to the negative fourth power. Let's see why. To secure a number between 1 and 10, the decimal point actually had to travel to the right this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces right, landing right past the 9. And moving the decimal right yields a negative exponent. In this case, exactly negative 4.
Now for Section 5, reversing the process.
Sometimes you have to go backward, right? Thankfully, this is an incredibly straightforward reverse operation. Step 1. Look closely at the sign of your exponent. Step 2. Move the decimal in the opposite direction. So a negative power means you move to the left, while a positive exponent means you move to the right, just plugging in placeholder zeros as needed. For example, let's take 2.47 times 10 to the sixth. That positive 6 means we need to move 6 spaces right. We jump past the 4, past the 7, and then we have to add 4 zeros to make up the rest of the distance, landing us perfectly back at 2,470,000.
Finally, Section 6, calculator tips and summary.
Let's lock in these golden rules before we wrap up. Rule 1, moving the decimal left gives you a positive power of 10. That's for your large numbers. Rule 2, moving the decimal right gives you a negative power of 10. That's for your tiny fractions. And Rule 3, please consider this a strict warning from me to you. Consult your specific calculator model for proper entry. I can't stress this enough. Different models require completely different keystrokes for scientific notation. Figure out how your specific device handles it today. I promise, it'll absolutely save you on your next exam.
I'll leave you with this final thought. Chemistry inherently operates on the scale of unimaginably huge galaxies and invisibly small atoms. So how many zeros are you genuinely willing to write, count, and recount before you just let this mathematical shortcut do the heavy lifting for you? In science, accuracy is everything. And frankly, your time is valuable. Embrace the power of 10, and suddenly the entire